But in the meantime, let's go to Abuja, where a high-level meeting of local government administrators and education secretaries is underway, aimed at addressing the growing gap in girl-child education across northern Nigeria. The engagement places particular focus on Borno State, with officials reviewing strategies to ensure school planning and budgeting deliberately reflect the needs of the girl child. Beyond broad policy statements, stakeholders say the objective is to establish measurable frameworks that ensure girls enroll, remain in school, and complete their education. Right now, News Central, Sagir Ibrahim is joining us live to give us more update. Sagir, good afternoon to you. Now, the meeting highlights gender-responsive budgeting at the local level. What concrete mechanisms are being proposed to track whether allocated funds actually reach classrooms and directly benefit the girls? Because every time there is a convergence like this, many people say they're tired of talking heads. So what are the new strategies that are being introduced?
Oh, good afternoon, Blessings. One of the first things I would mention is that this time they are not starting from the state government level. The expectation usually is you would see the likes of state governors, commissioners of education, and the likes of this top-level state government individuals at high-level stakeholder engagement such as this. But this time we're seeing the likes of education education secretaries. We're seeing the likes of local government chairmen. We're seeing the likes of secretaries at the local government level, because this is grassroots level. These are the individuals who interface directly with residents at the local government, and not those, of course, at the top echelon. So that's one strategy that has been taken this time. It's going to be a bottom-to-top approach, and of course, the essence is to ensure that gender-responsive education sector planning captures for girl child specific education, to ensure that the girl child does not just go to school, but goes to school, stays in school, and can transition to the next level of education. Blessings, you will agree with me that there's been quite a number of challenges affecting girl child accessing education, not just in Nigeria, but across Africa. But for Nigeria, we know that for states like Borno State, which is in the northeast, it has been bedeviled with challenges like insecurity. But aside insecurity that has prevented girls from going to school, there's also the issue of poverty, whether it's period poverty or financial poverty from parents. There's the issue of access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. That's proper toilets, in the schools, as well as several others. However, I'll be speaking with one of these stakeholders who have convened this event. She is Yeladzira Michelia. She is the Chief Executive of Connected Development. Good afternoon, Yeladzira. Yes, thank you so much for doing this. So the local government officials are in there right now. What are the expectations of, what are the takeaways for them, and what do you think should be the expectation from them after this is done?
So I'd say that the engagement we're having today is very timely, and especially around the local government autonomy, and it strengthens the functional autonomy and aligns autonomy with transparency. And for us, it's for local government chairmen, secretaries, and education secretaries to be able to institutionalize gender-responsive education sector plan in their respective local governments, and we're working in 4 local governments in Borno State.
Okay, so one challenge that we usually have is projects such as this outliving itself after it's done. Expectedly, we'll see so much effort put in the beginning, and then when the project is done and it packs up, we see a bit of sluggishness when it comes to implementation afterwards. Are there provisions to ensure that this continues to happen, especially in the interest of the girl child?
Absolutely. One of our biggest strategies is to co-create all our mechanisms, tools, frameworks with members of the community, and we're doing this with this project to ensure that it outlives the lifespan of the project, where citizens are able to take ownership, ask questions, and engage with the government appropriately.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yeladzira. So, Blessings, well, that's it for from here. Now, the expectation is hopefully in the interest of the girl child. This is going to continue. Of course, we've had several projects such as this that has not really met expectations as should be. The hope is that this time is going to ensure that more girls have access to education, quality education, can remain in school and can transition, because there's existing data to prove that most girls, especially those in secondary school, the moment that early marriage sets in, they lose access to education. So the hope is that projects such as this would ensure that these girls continue their education and can make meaningful use and impact in their society and, of course, their own lives. Back to you, Blessings.
All right, before we let you go, Sagir, now with Borno State in focus, what firm commitments have local government chairmen made today to improve retention rates for girls, especially in communities that are affected by insecurity?
Expectation is for you. So budgeting is an issue. The expectation is that when budgeting, especially for education, is made, it focuses also particularly on ensuring that there is budgeting that allows for focus on female children. So you see, when you talk about issues such as this, it's no longer going to be an issue of envelope budgeting to capture education across board, but this time there are going to be gender responsive education sector planning to capture for the needs particularly of girls. Blessings, there are some issues that relate to the female child, especially when they are in school, that has, for example, access to water, sanitation and hygiene. There are certain schools, several schools across states like Borno, that have toilets that are used by both males and females, which is not supposed to be the case. There are certain issues regarding girl children, for example, period related issues, that are usually, especially when it comes to services, are usually not available in public schools. These issues are the issues that are on the front burner here to ensure that when budgeting is done, they are properly captured to ensure that when these children go to school and they have certain challenges that are gender related, those challenges can be addressed in school without having them leave the school and go back. You would understand and you would agree with me that when some of these challenges come up, usually it is a huge discouraging factor for these female children and even for the parents of these female children to continue to send their children to school when they come up. So these are the issues that are being discussed, with expectations that when they are captured, would likely see an improvement in the turnout of girl child and female children in schools across Borno State, but also gradually spread across the Federation. Blessings.
All right, Sagir Ibrahim there on the girl child education reform, where stakeholders are pushing for gender responsive budgeting.